So this is what the Wig Wam looks, totally empty. That's why it's super expensive. It's this metal grate and it goes back and forth very slowly. And that's how you harvest your castings. No, I messed up because I used the chop and drop and the twigs kind of got stuck. So I had to do it by hand. But usually it works out pretty good. But now I know. But this is why this thing is expensive. This is plastic. That 6-inch layer of wheat straw mulch. You basically don't want anything woody that's gonna get stuck in the screen. I learned that the hard way last year. So about this much, 6 inches. And then I'm gonna put compost on top of this, and then some feed and some compost in a layer like that, and then the worms will move up to get at the food. And I'm gonna use spent grain and of course manure. Horses have been fed alfalfa and things. We got worm castings with a bunch of cocoons in there, coconut husk, and I'm about to throw on-site compost. Yes, high quality worm bedding. That's a 5-gallon bucket of compost. This is farm produced compost, high quality compost. And I'm gonna pretty much spread it out. So it's kind of like, you know, when you're putting frosting on a cake, you kind of want to get everything kind of covered up really nice. People enjoy the sugarness, sweetness in the cake. See that? How I'm kind of doing everything. So now it's going to be time for the feed. So this is a mix of spent grain and horse manure. Same thing, spread it around. You want the layer to be even, you don't want to be too chunky on one side. Cover this stuff up with a layer of compost. And thank the Mesquite Tree for holding the phone. This is compost. Nice and even. Our line back in. I totally recommend one of these Wig Wams if you want to produce a lot of castings, you have a lot of inputs, you want to raise a lot of worms, you want to start a little business. I should get like 3 or 4 of these. This one's not going to supply your time. And that's that. This thing is ready to get going on the next cycle. And pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for the worms to move up. Once they move up, I'm going to start cranking on the bar, start harvesting the castings. There's a lot of castings in here. This thing's about 3/4 of the way full with castings. I have no idea how many gallons, how many buckets that is, but it's pretty much what we need to get growing. So this is how I layer the cardboard before I hit that crank. I do some small pieces, and then I do some big pieces, and lasagna it like that until the pretty much almost there. I mean, I won't be able to fit too much more after that. And then I'm gonna put the irrigation line on there, and I'll let it go for a little while before I hit the crank, because I want this to be moist. And when I hit the crank, I'm gonna throw some compost on here and some food on here, and a lot of food on there. Probably a bunch of bananas and grains to force them to move up. It's gonna be awesome. We'll see how many 5-gallon buckets we get out of this thing. Wormless. So this is the Wig Wam. It's just full of worm bays. Like a scoop like this of worms. Like a $10 value right there, y'all. For free. You gotta put in some work, yo. No, that was just next door. Spent grain. Yeah, it seems to be.